So confirming that Sri Lankan team with just one change from the side which beat Zimbabwe a couple of days ago. It comes at number 11 in the order, where Anarasiri comes in to replace Kapila Vijay Gunawardene. So Mahanama and Samarasekera to open the batting. Gurusingha, who scored 2 centuries on this ground on the Test match 12 months ago, to bat at 3, followed by De Silva, Ranatunga, Jayasuriya, Tilakuratne, who's the wicket-keeper, Kalpage, the off-spinner, Ramanayaka, Wickramasinghe and Anarasiri. Here's the New Zealand side with one change also. Chris Cairns left out and Danny Morrison takes his place. It means the New Zealand batting isn't quite as strong as it was for the match against Australia, but Wright and Latham to open, followed by Jones, Crowe, Rutherford, who stays in the side, and Great Batch is still out of the playing 11. Harris, Patel, Smith the wicket-keeper, Larson the medium pacer, Morrison and Willie Watson.
So away we go then, the first ball of this match between New Zealand and Sri Lanka. Morrison to Mahanama. In frustration he went for it, and one bounce down to Patel, at least Jones. Well, that was, he really chased that one, Samarasekera, and I think he's hurt himself here too. Looks like the hamstring might have gone.
Yes, he's, you said he managed to get onto that one, didn't he? But he could have been out too, but he's obviously got something wrong with his leg.
Here's the runner making marks on the good shot from Samarasekera, and that's going to be the first boundary of the morning. That was a good shot. He didn't have too much room, but hampered by this leg injury, he still hit it very well through the cover boundary. Oh, over the top again, he might be out. He's caught by John Wright. So Samarasekera's gone. Watson gets the first wicket. It's the 6th over bowled, and Kalpage has come out to run for Samarasekera, but didn't need to be there for too long, because Samarasekera is out, caught by Wright, bowled by Watson for 9. It's 18 for 1.
Yes, well, he tried the big hit there over mid-off, didn't quite get over the field there. John Wright taking a very simple catch. A good breakthrough for New Zealand, the early wicket, and probably well deserved too.
Well, bad luck for Sri Lanka. Samarasekera injured his leg. You can see him walking off with Kalpage, the runner. It's a good shot from Mahanama. Larson hesitated before he started. I think he thought that Jones was going to get it. And so that gives the chance for the extra run. They'll have to hurry. They'll have to really hurry. Bit of drama for the end of the over. It's a good drive, a lovely drive through the offside from Mahanama. No chance for the fielders, 4 runs.
Well, that's the first drive of the day that's really pierced the cover field, certainly off the front foot. There has been one off the back foot, but that really was a magnificent shot, leaving the cover fieldsman absolutely no chance of cutting that one off. The first time really that Watson has really over-pitched, and Mahanama there very severe on that, and that's just raced away to the boundary.
Ball hooking it away, good shot by Gurusingha. That'll go away for 4, dropping short, angling down leg side, and 4 runs. Yes, it was surprising. Oh, quick single here. No, he sent back, and then they had that hit. That might have been out, and in the end they get the single, but it's a hard way round.
I don't know what he was doing. He was just he was going for a walk in the garden, wasn't it?
Yes. Oh, dear me, look at this. Oh, he's nicked it. Loud appeal, and hang on, Mr. Reporter says wait. And he says out. Just checking that the ball carried, and umpire Shepherd at square leg says yes, in fact he's standing at point, and so the second Sri Lankan wicket has gone. Gurusingha making his way to the pavilion, and he is out for 9.
Gurusingha reached for it, so look at it. Yes, what a good one. The angle of delivery brought it in towards the off stump, then it straightened, didn't it? Rather more than held its own on pitching. Just went away, caught the edge of the bat. Smith took it low down, and quite properly, Mr. Reporter, the umpire at that end, looked across to David Shepherd, the umpire at square leg, who nodded his head, said it had carried, and Gurusingha is history.
And that's a good shot from Aravinda. Chase for Watson, and he won't get it. through the gap. There's going to be a big chase there for Latham. He will not even get close to it. Quick outfield. A wee bit of rain that we've had this morning has not slowed the outfield, and so another boundary. It's only the second boundary Mahanama's had.
Well, Gavin Larson, he won't be happy with that. He prides himself on bowling tight line length, just a little bit short outside the off stump. Mahanama having enough time to get back and force that through the offside.
Well, big half volley, and he's got this one away, and that should run away. It's quite quick out there, the boundary, the outfield. So there's the 100 up from Sri Lanka. It's been slow going. They were sent into bat this morning, and they really haven't got the score going at all, but the 100 coming up in the 30th over. And he's got the single here to bring up his 50, Mahanama. He's coming back for 2. It might be tight. Willie Watson a little bit slow in getting it back. So 2 runs to Mahanama, and he brings up his 50s onto 51. Let's have a look at the wagon wheel. Plenty of dabs on both sides of the wicket. Only 3 boundaries.
Nicely played by De Silva. A little bit of lift there for Patel, and my word, that's run away quickly, hasn't it? Well, that just shows you how quick the outfield is. He didn't seem to put much on that, but it absolutely flew to the fence. This will be tight. He's out. Marvellous play by Chris Harris again. And Aravinda De Silva short of his ground. He's run out. 120 for 3.
Yes, well, it probably had to happen. We're going to see here. Wasn't really a single look in it. A fielder like Harris, you don't take those risks. He's not even in the picture.
No, brilliant fielding from Chris Harris. Aravinda out for 31. And in the 34th over, Sri Lanka 120 for 3. Oh, he's got a hold of that one. He got plenty on that, and it flew past to Willie Watson. And 4 runs off the last ball of the over from Morrison.
Yes, here we go. Danny just guilty of just being a little on leg stump. He came across a long way to play it, though. And he played that well behind square, and it really raced away to the boundary.
And hit firmly through the offside by Ranatunga. And Latham concedes a boundary.
Well, this is what the Sri Lankans have to do now. Anything that's a little bit wayward, they've got to take toll of, and they might have to take 1 or 2 risks as well. But that was very wide. I think had he let it go, it would have been signalled wide, but I'm sure Ranatunga would have preferred the 4 runs instead, and really did wallop that one, didn't he?
Ranatunga goes high, wide, handsome, and 4. Oh, it's beaten him, and it's going to bring up the 150 for Sri Lanka with an edgy shot, which doesn't give Morrison any pleasure at all, and it takes Mahanama to 65.
Well, that was very well bowled by Morrison, a quick delivery, and I tell you what, he bowled that beautifully. But of course, in one-day cricket with no slip there, anything that hits the fine edge or outside edge of the bat's just going to race away for 4 runs. He's done that. In fact, 9 runs have already come off this over.
And here's another, oh, it's a good shot. It's beaten the field, and Ken Rutherford, the sweeper way out there, he can't get round to it. And Mr. Reporter with a very interesting style. Oh, he swung this away, high, wide, and handsome. He's gone. Taken out there by Ken Rutherford. Ranatunga trying to up the rate. Swung it high, wide, and handsome, but not far enough. And he's taken on the mid-wicket boundary.
What a fine catch that was, and Rutherford never looked like missing it. He hit it very well indeed, not quite hard enough for his own purposes. That was a massive blow, and Ken Rutherford, just watch him, he had it completely under control. Lovely catch, both feet off the ground, and everything looks splendid. 172 for 4.
And he's gone, caught and bowled. Well, Chris Harris picks that up as Mahanama goes to drive. He can't keep it down, and Chris Harris takes a very good caught and bowl.
Yes, that was a fine catch. So those ones either stick or don't. But he did very well to control himself once the ball was in his hand, was upon him. Again, Mahanama driving when reaching for it a little bit, walking as he played the stroke, but he hit it well. And well done, Harris.
So, the new man, Tilakaratne, coming out to face a hat-trick. Oh, it's allowed appeal, but umpire reporter says no and signals leg byes.
Here's another nudge for a single. Looking for a second, and hesitation, should be run out. And is well and truly. Just that moment's hesitation, and Sri Lanka lose another wicket.
Yes, we'll see here in the replay. Ball hit just behind square. The man off the fence came in very quickly, really attacked the ball. We'll see here, picked it up. Larson, and a very good throw right over the stumps. Great piece of cricket. New Zealand have certainly got back into this game, haven't they? Sri Lanka have lost wickets at times when they shouldn't have.
Here is the Manhattan, if you like, and there was a little acceleration just after the 40th over, but it's fallen away again. You can see that. Went after it and got caught. New Zealand skipper takes the catch. Tilakaratne goes for 8. And in the 48th over, Sri Lanka lose their 7th wicket at 195.
Yes, we're going to say he decides to get after it, but hit it in the air. There's that man at short cover, and good catch, Martin Crowe. Well, once again, Sri Lanka put more pressure on themselves.
Tilakaratne departs for 8. Jay to face. They've had a bit of a chat. He's after it. I think Ramanayake came out and said, look, we really have to get on with this. Ramanayake running for all his worth makes it. Good throw by Morrison. Worked away by Kalpage. There's going to be a run out here. Ramanayake is stranded. Rod Latham fielded cleanly. Ramanayake running blind, really. He didn't look to see where the ball had gone. Kalpage tried to send him back. It was too late. And Ramanayake is run out for 2.
Yes, we see here, this is suicide. Straight to the fielder. There was never going to be a run there. Just a clean pickup, return. It's the pressure of the one-day game. Sri Lanka have got themselves into this position. By the way, they've batted in the last 10 or 12 overs.
Latham had a quick look, and he could see that Ramanayake was absolutely stranded mid-pitch. And it's goodbye to Champaka Ramanayake, out for 2. And he does get a single finally, so Sri Lanka bring up their 200 at the end of the 49th over. They're 200 for the loss of 8 wickets. So the last over starting now. Watson in the air and a chance for a catch. Gavin Larson holds it. Kalpage goes, and that's 9 wickets down now for Sri Lanka in the 50th over. 202 for 9.
On the replay here, he had to go after it. Full ball. Didn't get enough bat on it. Got it high up the bat, and Larson, once again, that man Larson, he's been in everything today, hasn't he? He's been involved in run-outs. He bowled well, and that was a good catch. Well judged.
Long time to wait, but safely held by Gavin Larson. So Kalpage out for 11. Swing and a miss. Watson bowling it very full.
Just a shame it was just a little wide there. In fact, it didn't miss by much, did it?
Lofted away nicely. Now he should get 2 here. Great Batch is cruising around from mid-wicket. Lovely flat throw by Mark Kalpage. Watson. It's going to be a scintillating one. So that is the end of Sri Lanka's batting display here at Trustbank Park. And they finish on 206 for 9. So New Zealand have done well after Martin Crowe decided to send them in.
206 for 9 after 50 overs. The final Sri Lankan total, a score that can only be regarded really as an average one, and one which is certainly beatable as far as New Zealand are concerned. The top scorer, Roshan Mahanama, the opening batsman, he made a fine 80. Aravinda De Silva made 31. Ranatuga made 20. There wasn't too much in the lower half of the order, and only 12 boundaries were scored in that Sri Lankan score. Look at the New Zealand bowling figures. Willie Watson, the most successful, 3 for 37 from 10 overs. Chris Harris also took 3 wickets, 2 in consecutive balls. But a word once again about the bowling of Gavin Larson. 10 overs, 1 maiden, no wicket for 29, and Deepak Patel did well as well, going for less than 4 runs and over. 9 overs, none for 32.
The first ball. Ramanaka driving and runs for right, and he starts with a boundary. The World Cup's underway for John Wright.
John Wright's very good off his legs here. He demonstrated that magnificently when New Zealand played Zimbabwe at Rotorua. Really played his shots quite magnificently, and that's a typical John Wright shot, forcing it through mid-wicket for 4.
Wright goes again over the top, 3 mid-wicket. Don't run, John Wright, that's 4. It's a lovely 4. Thank you very much, Mr. Reporter.
Well, I'll say, Peter, the bowler is too short. I think it's a lot easier to pronounce, but obviously the Sri Lankan bowlers, they've had a lot of their preparation in Australia on the harder pitches there, which they get a little more bounce. But here in New Zealand, you've got to bowl a lot fuller than that.
Latham down the ground. That's a magnificent shot for Latham to start.
Rod Latham likes to drive the ball, bit of a front foot player there, had a bit of room to free his arms too, and really hit that one very, very hard indeed, straight back really through mid-off. In fact, mid-off is a lot wider. I would have thought he may have been just a little bit straighter, but that's 4 runs. That's a very confident shot there by Latham.
From Roger Wickramasinghe to right. And he's going again in the air through mid-wicket, and that's hit well too by John Wright. That's his 3rd 4.
Well, again, John Wright, very severe on anything short, likes to just get back onto the crease and to pull, but this must be very disconcerting for Aravinda De Silva, the Sri Lankan captain. I'm sure the fielders are somewhat disappointed, let alone the bowler.
Latham going over the top. He didn't quite get onto it, but he hit it well enough to clear the fielders. It won't go all the way. And Jayasuriya, who's very quick in the field, drags it in.
Oh, dear me, that came back. And really tucked Rod Latham up, cut him in half.
Yes, we're seeing here, this ball did seam back a lot. It was bowled, it was a quicker ball. He put a lot more effort into that. It was well bowled, that. Rod Latham was a little lucky that ball bounced.
Yes, that could have had a nasty effect on stump vision as well.
Mr. Reporter obviously doesn't know how to fix the electrical side of whatever it is.
No, he's have an eye together. Good shot. Beautifully timed. That's 4.
Well, that was the shot that Latham was trying to play to the previous ball. That one was just a little wider and it stayed out there, and here we go again. Plenty of room. Strong off the back foot. 4 runs.
Oh, lovely shot.
That was a beautiful stroke. That's right at his very best. They won't stop that. That's 4 runs. Gurasena can run forever and a day, and he'll never catch up with that. But John Wright batting marvellously well. And maybe he needed the shoulder injury just to tune him up.
Yes, he looked a bit determined, didn't he? And it's a good opportunity for him in this game.
The Sri Lankan attack, probably not as demanding as some of the others in the competition, and not a good day for him on Saturday. John Wright getting out for a duck. That was a super shot. And Wickramasinghe, the bowler, this is 4 more. No fine leg, you pay the penalty if you stray down leg in that situation. And John Wright races on to 26.
What a marvellous piece of fielding that was.
Yes, Mahanama. John Wright down the wicket. He's tried to hit it over the top. He's just cleared Aravinda de Silva, who's after it. And that'll be the 50 up for New Zealand. A slightly streaky shot from John Wright. He gets away with it, but New Zealand bring their 50 up. A little bit of turn here, and that'll be 4. That'll run away to the vacant third man boundary. And the outfield's pretty quick here. It's a bit deceptive. Once it gets out there, it tends to just run on. And a super crowd. Lots of school children around.
That was uppish too. It was a thick edge. Had there been someone there in the gully?
A really gentle little run in from Kalpage, and that's 4 more. So this is an expensive over. And there's more runs, and that'll run away for 4, I would think. A long chase, and just pulled back. Well done. And Wickramasinghe, a long chase, and does well. And runs immediately for John Wright. That was a lovely shot, very well timed. No real power, but it just kept on going.
There's a lovely fluency about his stroke play this afternoon, isn't there?
Oh, lovely shot. That'll be 4. No question about that.
You see, what Wright is showing the Sri Lankans is that when you get the short one with a bit of width, the loose ball, in fact, you've got to hit it for 4. They didn't hit many of them for 4, and that was why, one of the reasons why, they only made 206.
Driving, that's a good shot. Oh, and he beats the fielder out there. That was going just too quickly for Gurusinghe. And Kalpage not happy. Latham will be delighted, even though the face doesn't show it. Driving down the ground, and that's his 50. Wright just brings it up with a lovely stroke. It's his 24th one-day 50 for New Zealand, and his third, in fact, in World Cup.
And he's hit 8 boundaries in that 2, Peter. In other words, he's been very severe in anything short, anything wide, anything full. He's really punished those balls to the boundary and picked up some very good singles. 67 balls, that's a very good strike rate, isn't it? 74.6.
Oh, that's bowled in. A poor shot from Latham. Didn't move his feet at all. Played a nothing shot, really, and it's got through his defence. Latham out for 20. New Zealand have lost their first wicket at 77.
Well, I'm not so sure it's going to change the game too much, but really Rod Latham should have come forward to that one. That ball did turn quite sharply, but unfortunate. Probably the only one that's turned all day. But New Zealand lose their first wicket, 77 for 1, 18th over.
He's hit it in the air, but he's hit it safely in the gap between mid-wicket and long on. He's got 4. Placed to perfection by John Wright, and he's gone through to 55.
And he's out, John Wright. He's caught and bowled. Caught and bowled by Kalpage. And Sri Lanka have their second wicket. John Wright is out for 57. And New Zealand are 90 for 2 in the 23rd over.
Yes, once again, we're going to see that ball was well up there. Wright got forward to it. Didn't quite get to the pitch of the ball. And it was a very good catch. Caught low down, changing direction, and he's followed through. But well batted, John Wright. He's batted really well.
He did, he batted well. 57, John Wright.
And that's played away on the leg side, Martin Crowe. And he'll pick up 2. So Anarasuri, the left arm spinner, And that's the 100 up for New Zealand. Calling for a run here, Andrew Jones, and Ranatunga, that's sloppy fielding out there, one hand, and then he kicked the ball on, and it's a bit tight. Andrew Jones coming back, but umpire Shepherd says no, you're in.
That was actually a good bit of fielding in the end, but Ranatunga had a bit of bad luck. He did well to stop the ball. It bounced out of his hand, and he couldn't stop himself from kicking it away.
So Anarasuri firing it in, and it was a good throw, but Andrew Jones well home. Hooked away. Oh, he could be caught. He is caught. Martin Crowe is caught.
Well, that is really a body blow for New Zealand, a rank long hop, and it just shows you how these bad balls can get wickets. He hit it straight down, is it Champaka Ramanaka? I think it was, down there at deep fine leg. He took a difficult catch. Well, it was travelling at a great rate. It had gone right through him, and he missed it.
So a short delivery from Wickramasinghe, and down it went. So Martin Crowe out. That's tragedy for New Zealand. 105 for 3. Oh, he's edged it. He's dropped it.
Dropped him.
Ranatunga in first slip has dropped Ken Rutherford. Well, what a tragedy for Sri Lanka, and what an over.
Oh, it's a big shot in the air, but he's going to be safe as Andrew Jones hits it well enough and gets it down to long on for 4.
Well, that's the first sign of aggression by Andrew Jones, particularly off Anarasuri. I mean, that could have gone straight up in the air too, couldn't it, Peter? My word.
Yes. They'll have to hurry because Jayasiri is a left-hander and close. Well, that's what happens when pressure's on. They're going to get another one too. That's untidy. Messy stuff.
Very poor cricket from Sri Lanka.
Big hit by Rutherford. And 6. Just made it over the boundary. Well, that's a big boundary out there. That was a huge hit by Rutherford.
Yes, that ball pitched outside off. It was in the slot, really. Gentle medium pace delivery. Rutherford just put his foot down the wicket and swung it right over mid-wicket for 6.
That's nicely driven by Jones. That's through. Rather over pitch from Kalpage, and Andrew Jones takes toll.
Yes, this one was right in the slot, as they say. Full. Jones got onto the front foot. He only had to beat one of those men on the inner ring. No one sweeping, and the result was 4 runs.
And Andrew Jones goes for the big shot and hits it very well to the extra cover boundary for 4.
Well, you see, that's what you can do to the medium pacers, which they can't do and won't do to the spinners, because there's much more likelihood that the ball's going vertically into the air then. But that was a fine shot, and just exactly the sort of welcome riposte that New Zealand needed.
He's got hold of this one, and he
That's
hit it
exactly
well.
where he should hit the
And that's 4. Good shot. Short, wide, and umpire Mr. Reporter leaves the scorers in no doubt. 4 runs.
I can't work out the thinking behind Mr. Reporter. It's the vigorous signal for the scorer, then it's the more laid-back, leisurely sweep of the arms to the scoreboard.
Yes. Interesting style, isn't it?
It was a good shot, that, though. It was wide, it was short, it was asking for it, and it got it.
And short again, pulled away just over the head of Gurusingha, and it races away for 4 more. Pulling it away, Ken Rutherford. It wasn't too far from the outstretched hands of Gurusingha, but it went away for 4. And just picking it up, Ken Rutherford. And the misfield out there, that'll run away for 4.
Well, that was a clumsy piece of fielding.
Kalpage down there behind square. That's sloppy stuff.
Taking appeal for ABW. He might be close. Umpire Reporters looks at it and says, well, how can I give you that? Because I couldn't see it. Gurusingha stood right in front of it. Won't have another look at that. Bob Keenis has come back with me.
Well, I don't know if he did run across in front of him, but I looked to me as if it could have been going down leg side, Peter.
I think that too, but look at the umpire. He gave the indication that, well, I didn't really see it. It's in the air. He's caught. Jayasuri has got it. So Jones has gone 1 short of 50. Caught Jayasuri, bowled Gurusingha for 49. It's 186 for 4.
Yes, well, we see here this ball was up on leg stump. Perhaps the pace of the wicket did Jones there. A little bit lazy. I think he meant to hit it over that man in close, but he only succeeded in hitting it to him. But well played, Jones. He's done a marvellous job for New Zealand. Picked up the run rate for New Zealand. We're struggling there for a while. 2 new batsmen at the crease, but he's batted well.
So maybe the pressure coming back on to New Zealand. They've lost a wicket, 186 for 4 now. Rutherford's still there, but Jones is gone. Caught Jayasuri, bowled Gurusingha for 49. Oh, Rutherford goes high, wide and handsome over mid-wicket for a magnificent 4. That's so easy for his 50. A magnificent stroke to complete a very fine innings from Ken Rutherford. His 13th one-day 50, his 3rd in World Cup matches.
Yes, this ball, as we're going to see, was pitched in short. Rutherford quickly into position. No one out there. Good, strong shot. And if we look at his wagon wheel here, we see that he's got his share of boundaries. He's also
just
worked
4 though,
the ball
just
around.
4 and 1/6, of course. 6, a magnificent stroke over mid-wicket. And then a couple of other boundaries, mostly on the onside. In fact, looking at them, there's one being hit behind point, and all the rest on the onside.
Yep.
There's the 200 for New Zealand. They need just 7 further runs to take this match, and they've brought up the 200 in the 48th over.
Yep.
Well, that's through the gap, and that's going to go all the way because there's no one sweeping now. And Rutherford, once he got it through, had enough pace on the ball to take it all the way. So it brings Mr. Reporter into action again.